This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Danushka Madhawala and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association plan to launch an island-wide trade union action from midnight tonight. Cabinet approval has been received to establish 3 private medical colleges in the country. The National Building Research Organisation has issued landslide early warnings to 27 divisional secretariat divisions. The Prime Minister discussed the possibility of early resumption of the Lower Malwatha-Oya hydro-solar electricity irrigation project as a public-private partnership project. In foreign news, Morocco earthquake death toll rises to nearly 2,500. And in sports news, India sets a massive target of 357 runs for Pakistan to follow at the Asia Cup Super 4 match being played in Colombo. The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association says that they have planned to launch an island-wide trade union action from midnight tonight, requesting several demands. The Railway Control Room says that there is no major impact on railway operations. Long-distance trains will operate as usual, but there may be several delays in office trains. Minister of Health Keheliya Rambukwala announced today that the Cabinet has granted approval for the establishment of 3 private medical colleges in Sri Lanka. Minister Rambukwala emphasized that these new medical institutions will adhere to the standards set by existing medical schools in the country. Addressing a media briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre today on the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country, Minister Rambukwala elaborated on the initiative. He added that the Cabinet has already given its approval to launch 3 new medical colleges. These institutions must maintain the same high standards as our existing medical colleges. We must consider the number of our youth who choose to study in private institutions or abroad. It is our moral duty to provide adequate facilities and opportunities for our country's children, he said. The minister further stressed that professors who have worked as consultants in the medical colleges of the country have outlined minimum qualifications. The minister also revealed that these universities have been urged to allocate scholarships to 10% of their student population, acknowledging the existence of qualified students who face financial barriers to pursue medical education. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Next Gen Lifestyle க்கு செட் ஆகும் Digital Banking Partner People's Bank.
We continue with local news. The National Building Research Organisation has issued landslide early warnings to 27 divisional secretariat divisions in 5 districts due to the heavy rain prevailing in some parts of the island today. The NBRO has issued landslide early warnings level 1 to the Galle, Kaluthara, Kandy, Kagalla and Ratnapura districts since the rainfall within the last 24 hours exceeded 100 millimeters. The NBRO has issued a level 1 warning alert for 3 divisional secretariat divisions in the Galle district. In the Kaluthara district, a level 1 warning has been issued for 5 divisional secretariat divisions. Level 1 warnings have been issued for 1 divisional secretariat division in the Kandy district. In the Kagalla district, 6 divisional secretariat divisions have been issued with a first level landslide warning. In the Ratnapura district, 11 divisional secretariat divisions have been issued with first level alert notices. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena discussed the possibility of early resumption of the Lower Malwatha Oya Hydro Solar Electricity Irrigation Project as a public-private partnership project with foreign investments. The Chinese investors who built the Yan Oya Dam called on the Prime Minister at Temple Trees today to discuss the Prime Minister's proposal to install solar panels on the Yan Oya Reservoir as well as a proposed Malwatha Oya Reservoir to generate 100 megawatts of electricity and irrigate 22,000 hectares of land in the Anuradhapura and Trincomalee districts. The proposed project will cost $160 million, and in the first phase, floating solar panels will be placed on the Yan Oya Reservoir and generate 50 megawatts of electricity that could be sold to the national grid. Once the Malwatha Oya Reservoir is completed in 2 years, solar panels could be installed to add another 50 megawatts of power. In addition to that, the Malwatha Oya mini hydro system will generate 1.6 megawatts of power. That ends the local segment of news.
Enjoy seamless shopping. Open LCs, settle bills and transfer funds instantly, anywhere and anytime. With People's Bank Digital Solutions, you're empowered to do more whenever and wherever you want. Unlock a world of modern banking conveniences with People's Bank, your next generation digital banking partner. People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that the Sri Lanka Transport Board can be turned into a profit-earning body within a year if everyone joins hands to develop it. The minister noted these views at a discussion with the trade union leaders of the SLTB held at the ministry today. The main issue faced by the SLTB is not receiving the whole income earned from the public daily. Accordingly, the SLTB faces approximately a loss of 10 million rupees daily. The e-ticketing method will be introduced in the near future in order to overcome this issue. The minister expressed hope that all depots will earn profits once this program is introduced. An annual profit of 7,000 million rupees can be expected from the SLTB. A portion of this income could be used to introduce an insurance scheme for the employees of the SLTB. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
We now take a look at Watchlight. According to the National Dengue Control Unit, over 900 dengue cases have been reported in the last 10 days of September. According to the Government Information Department, as of today, 960 dengue cases have been reported, adding up to a total of 62,838 cases in the year so far, while 38 cases have been fatal. That was Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
World News headlines. Morocco earthquake death toll rises to nearly 2,500. North Korean leader reportedly heading to Russia to meet Putin. US denies Cold War with China in historic Vietnam visit. The number of people killed in Friday's powerful earthquake in Morocco has risen to 2,497, the Interior Minister says. Rescuers have been using their bare hands to dig for survivors. Heavy lifting equipment can't get through roadblocks by boulders to reach remote villages near the epicenter in the Atlas Mountains. Many lie in ruins, with local people desperately awaiting aid. The Moroccan government says it has accepted aid from 4 countries so far: Britain, Spain, Qatar and the UAE. Friday's earthquake, the country's deadliest in 60 years, struck below villages in the high Atlas Mountains south of Marrakesh. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly started his journey to Vladivostok for a summit in Russia's President Vladimir Putin. The armored train that Mr. Kim uses for foreign visits appeared to have departed Pyongyang, South Korea media reported, citing a government official. The meeting between the two leaders is expected to take place as early as Tuesday local time. The Kremlin has confirmed that Mr. Kim will visit Russia in the coming days. If the summit with Mr. Putin goes ahead, it will be the North Korean leader's first international trip in more than 4 years and the first since the pandemic. Mr. Kim's last trip abroad was also to Vladivostok in 2019 for his first summit with Mr. Putin after the collapse of North Korea's nuclear disarmament talks with then US President Donald Trump. Mr. Kim also travelled to Vladivostok by train in 2019. President Joe Biden has denied that the US is attempting to stem China's international influence after signing a new historic deal with Vietnam. More than 50 years since the last American soldier left Vietnam, Mr. Biden travelled to Hanoi to sign the agreement that will bring the former foes closer than ever before. The comprehensive strategic partnership with Vietnam is a major relationship upgrade for the US. In the culmination of a relentless push by Washington over the last 2 years to strengthen ties with Vietnam, which it sees as key to counter China's influence in Asia. It is also no small feat. The partnership with Washington is the highest level of diplomatic ties extended by Vietnam. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Morocco earthquake, death toll rises to nearly 2,500. North Korean leader reportedly heading to Russia to meet Putin. US denies Cold War with China in historic Vietnam visit. That ends this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
We now take a look at development news. The Colombo Stock Exchange is pleased to announce the introduction of 2 significant initiatives shortly: regulated short selling through stock borrowing and lending, which are aimed at enhancing trading opportunities and flexibility for investors. In this regard, the CSE conducted an awareness session on those 2 initiatives to the institutional and high net worth individual investors and CEOs of trading participants on the 8th of this month in Colombo. That came to you in development news. On to sports news. Pakistan and India resumed their rain-disrupted Asia Cup Super 4 blockbuster clash at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Pakistan won the toss and invited India to bat first. India batted first on Sunday and racked up 147 for 2 in 24.1 overs until rain forced them off. India had scored 356 runs for 2 wickets at the end of their allotted 50 overs. Virat Kohli scored 122 runs not out, and K.L. Rahul was unbeaten on 111. In reply, Pakistan were 44 runs for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 11 overs just a short while ago. Pakistan needs 313 runs from 39 overs. That was sports news.
Go ekakthiyana youth kat life ke change kat niyamata setna aswagena dagpuhina habe karana youth kat niyamata setna friendship ekamenna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Amazon and eBay have removed a super hot tortilla chip linked to the death of an American teenager from sale. The parents of Harris Wolibar, 14, believed that the one chip challenge caused his death last week. It was taken off shelves in the US, where it was widely sold, but imports from global sellers remained on sale. Amazon said it would remove the product from its sites in the US, Britain, Europe, and the Middle East and Africa after BBC Newsbeat contacted the firm. The online retailer also plans to contact any international buyers who'd recently bought the snack to inform them.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news. German car giant BMW has announced plans to invest hundreds of millions of pounds to prepare its mini factory near Oxford to build a new generation of electric cars. Production of the two new electric mini models is due to begin at the plant in Cowley in 2026. The move is expected to safeguard the future of the facility as well as that of another factory in Swindon. More than 4,000 currently work across the two sites. BMW will spend £600 million on updating the Cowley plant, developing the production lines, extending its body shop and building a new area for installing batteries.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. Showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy showers of about 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Puttalam, Galle and Mathura districts. A few showers may occur in the Anuradhapura and Hambantota districts. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Badikolo and Ampara districts during the evening or at night. To end tonight's news broadcast, the headlines again. The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association plan to launch an island-wide trade union action from midnight tonight. Cabinet approval has been received to establish 3 private medical colleges in the country. The National Building Research Organisation has issued landslide early warnings to 27 divisional secretariat divisions. The Prime Minister discussed the possibility of early resumption of the Lower Malwata Oya Hydro Solar Electricity Irrigation Project as a public-private partnership project. In foreign news, Morocco earthquake death toll rises to nearly 2,500. And in sports news, India sets a massive target of 357 runs for Pakistan to follow at the Asia Cup Super 4 match being played in Colombo. That ends tonight's news broadcast.